Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video. This is another one in my vlog series that I do through the Memphis Songwriters Association in conjunction with the blog that I write for them, talking all about songwriting and what has worked for various artists over the course of a handful of years, whether those songs have been hits or not. So, this latest kick that we're on is talking about the art of the medley. And just as a reminder, a medley is two songs for the price of one. And usually they are original songs. The two that we're going to look at today are not, they're actually covers in this video and the next one. But they also are complete songs rather than just fragments of different songs, which would be a mashup. And then also slightly different than a suite, which is what we're going to cover in the next blog and vlog set. So, like I said, we're talking about some covers here, and this particular one that we're going to look at is a medley of The Loadout and Stay by Jackson Browne. Now, The Loadout is an original Jackson Browne composition, but Stay is actually a song originally done by Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs. And also, I heard Frankie Valli perform it when I saw him live, which was absolutely phenomenal. But we'll talk about the loadout first. So the medley closes out Running on Empty, which, as many of you know, was a very innovative live album because the album, it was kind of live and kind of, recorded on the road. Some of it were, studio tracks. But this particular one was part of the live portion of it. And all of these songs, unlike a lot of live albums, all of these songs were completely new. Jackson Browne performed them for the first time, and the whole album was about life on the road. So the loadout is Browne's ode to his roadies and how hard they work through the grueling travel schedule. In a previous blog, I talked about Road Song by Fountains of Wayne, and in that song, there's a line that says, "Today was Green Bay and tomorrow Chicago." While the loadout says, "And we'll do the show in Chicago or Detroit, I don't know." So apparently, all arduous tours have to go through Chicago. Who knew? But the difference in that song and this song is that the narrator eventually says everyone remembers why they came. And that transitions into the song, something a little bit more upbeat, all the cool people they see out on the road. After this section, it slows down again before diving into Stay. And the interesting thing about Stay, like I said, is that it was originally recorded by Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs. And it was originally recorded as a love song with the narrator begging his girlfriend to stay just a little bit longer. But in this particular case, the lyrics were changed slightly to be about the fans and everyone who doesn't mind if the fans stay just a little bit longer. So there's that little twist to what Jackson Browne does with the song. Melodically, the loadout is written on piano in the key of G. The intro uses G, B minor, C, E minor, C, D, G, C, G, while the verses use G, B minor, C, E minor, C, G, C, and then G, as well as A7 and B7. When the verses speed up, he uses G, C, E minor, C, G, C, G, E minor, C, and D, a pattern which repeats except for the last line, which uses G and D instead of G and C. So that repeats throughout the verse. Starting with People You Got the Power, that particular section, he uses G, C, G, C, G, C, G, E minor, and C, followed by G, C, G, and E minor. This section ends with, "But we'll be scheduled to appear 1,000 miles away from here." And that line is sung to the chords of C, E minor, D, C, and G. After this, Stay kicks in using G, E minor, C, and D in various combinations for the remainder of the song. The loadout is written in G minor, as is Stay, hence the smooth transitions between the songs. It's also worth noting that Jackson sings the lead vocals on its entirety in the loadout, but is accompanied by Rosemary Butler in the second chorus and beyond of Stay. That why don't you stay? That's a woman singing, and I didn't know that until kind of long in. I thought Jackson Browne was doing those vocals. But Rosemary Butler, like I said, her vocals sound absolutely phenomenal. So structurally, the loadout is all verses with two different parts, while Stay is just a chorus sung repeatedly. And there's a little bit of variation in there, like, 'cause the roadies don't mind and the union don't mind, but then it goes immediately back into that chorus. So despite the differences in tempo and feel within the two songs, the loadout and Stay, a little bit of tempo at the end of the loadout, that tempo change, they do transition into each other very nicely, and they're also written in the exact same key, um, the key of G. So the loadout and Stay are embedded below. The song is embedded below because it's one song, it's a medley. That's the whole point of this. Go ahead and listen. Your mama don't mind. So I'm Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much for listening, for to watching this video and all my other vlogs. You can check out all my other vlogs through my YouTube page, and you can also check out my blog on the Memphis Songwriters Association website, memphiссongwritersassociation.org, and actually it's just memphiссongwriters.org, no association. But I'm Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much.